Está aquí.
In this recording, there's a late-night incident that will send chills down your spine. What this couple experienced was far more than just an ordinary nightmare. A man and his girlfriend were asleep in their bedroom. The room was quiet and felt completely safe. There were no signs of danger. Until the silence was broken by a soft voice coming from the bedroom door. What made it truly terrifying was that the voice sounded exactly like the woman's, gentle, calm, and painfully familiar. The voice whispered, "Babe, I'm outside. Open the door." Moments later, the same voice spoke again. "It's me. Please let me in." But the real horror hit when the man turned his head, because the owner of that voice was actually lying right beside him in bed, completely still.
Vai embora da minha casa agora!
Deixa entrar.
Você não é bem-vindo aqui!
Me deixa entrar. Sou eu.
Vai embora!
Me deixa entrar.
Ele não tá passando. Ele não vai passar. Ele não passa.
Me deixa entrar.
Both of them stood frozen, staring at the door, too afraid to move even an inch. Shock quickly turned into pure fear as the voice kept repeating the same words, each time sounding more urgent and threatening. Suddenly, the door handle began to shake violently, as if something on the other side was growing impatient, desperate to force its way in. They held their breath. Thankfully, the lock was still holding, though it sounded like it could snap at any moment. Then the silence was shattered by something far worse, a slow, soft scratching sound, dragging, like long fingernails scraping across the wooden door. It wasn't loud, but it was enough to crawl down their spines and make their hearts stop for a second. Whatever was standing outside wasn't just perfectly copying the woman's voice. It knew exactly how to convince them to open the door. So now the question is, what kind of creature was really waiting on the other side? This series of creepy videos was shared by Melissa along with her close friend Dar, after they experienced weeks of mysterious events inside Melissa's home. Melissa explained that strange noises began happening almost every day, from doors creaking open on their own, to footsteps that seemed to move from one room to another, to an overwhelming and unsettling feeling that someone else was there with her.
Cocina, pero no hay nadie, solo estoy yo. Estaba aquí sentada viendo la novela y haciendo otras cosas. Y aquí está la Chloe y la Sushi. Y de este lado está el Coco y el Rufo, están ahí, acostados. Y la puerta de la cocina está cerrada. Esa puerta de ahí se acaba de escuchar de nuevo. Pero estoy sola. Vean, la Chloe está como pendiente, porque yo no sé, ella ve fantasmas, pero ella escucha de todo, o sea, suena algo y ella está pendiente. Se acaba de escuchar. No sé si ir, en las películas de terror suena algo y como que... Ay no. En las películas de terror, cuando suena algo, tú dices que no vayan a ver, pero obviamente tienen que ir a ver, porque es su casa, no sé, o sea, ahorita como que le di otro sentido. Aparte está lloviendo, y ahorita se acabó de escuchar algo arriba y la puerta y una niña llorar al lado, pero al lado no vive ninguna niña. Y esto yo sí les he dicho en videos, que siempre en la casa de al lado suena, o sea, se escucha como una niña reírse y llorar, pero al lado no vive una niña. No hay niños al lado. Voy a ver lo de la cocina porque... Bueno, arriba no creo que... No, yo arriba no voy. Solo voy a ver lo de la cocina porque ahorita se escucha como... Voy a ver. Ahorita ya no se escucha nada, pero esta puerta está cerrada. Se está moviendo la puerta. Se está moviendo la puerta. Es que no hay nadie, o sea, puede ser un fantasma. Prefiero que sea un fantasma. La Chloe hasta se bajó. Arriba yo no voy porque arriba sí me da miedo. Pero la Chloe está viendo para allá.
On a quiet night while Melissa was home alone, the strange activity became so intense that she decided to turn on her camera. As she recorded, Melissa explained that she heard what sounded like the kitchen door opening on its own, even though no one else was in the house. Her dog, Chloe, suddenly began acting strangely, remaining alert, staring into empty corners, and reacting to sounds that couldn't be seen by the human eye. Moments later, the kitchen door slowly moved by itself without anyone touching it. Melissa later confirmed that there was no wind, all the windows were tightly closed, and there was no logical explanation for what happened.
Otro piso y tampoco había nadie. Y se movió la puerta de la cocina. Y lo peor es que no estaba ninguna ventana abierta, no había de algún lugar donde entre viento, nada. Yo hice como en las películas de terror, o sea, fui a investigar porque estaba sola y es mejor ir a ver, o no sé. Y con esto les quiero contar que ayer me pasó algo porque salí al baño como a las 3 de la mañana y en el pasillo de la casa, les voy a enseñar. En este pasillo que es para salir del cuarto se ve directamente la sala, específicamente como que la ventana, esa parte de ahí. Y ayer que salí al baño, yo regresé a ver para allá porque sí da miedo y entonces yo regreso a ver. No pregunten por qué, si me da miedo regreso a ver, solo regresé a ver. Y la cosa es que había una silueta como de un señor parado en la ventana y tengo foto. O sea, esta vez sí no fui a investigar ni nada, estaban todos en mi casa, yo no fui porque literal era la silueta de un señor. Acá el otro día como que empezaron a sonar las cosas, pero acá era la silueta de alguien y no se movía para nada. Bueno, en realidad grabé. Vean ahí como una silueta de algo y si se ve como que una luz afuera es porque el farol no se apaga. Vean, aquí le tomé captura y se ve mejor, es una silueta de alguien ahí parado como que en la ventana. Eso sí no.
In a follow-up video, Melissa shared an even more terrifying experience she went through the night before. Around 3 a.m., she noticed a dark, human-shaped shadow standing completely still near her window, as if it were watching her house. Unlike before, this time Melissa managed to capture a photo. The image clearly shows a faint silhouette with the outline of a man. Shaken by how often these encounters are happening and how intense they have become, Melissa admitted that she no longer feels safe staying in the house alone. Whether this is something supernatural or a much more dangerous threat, one thing is certain: whatever is coming to her home is growing bolder. Henrique Shi, a paranormal enthusiast from Brazil, has long had a hobby of collecting old dolls believed to be haunted. Instead of feeling afraid, he became even more fascinated by the dolls that looked the creepiest. However, one doll he recently bought from an old antique shop brought an experience far beyond what he ever expected. Because he lives alone, Enrique began to notice something strange. From the room where he kept his doll collection, he started hearing suspicious sounds, soft footsteps, scratching noises, and faint whispers late at night. At first, he chose to ignore them, but one night the sounds grew clearer and more disturbing. Feeling anxious, Enrique quickly grabbed his phone and turned on the camera. What he managed to record was truly shocking and sent chills down the spine of anyone who watched it. Let's take a look. A dark shadow shaped like a human slowly appeared from behind one of the dolls, as if silently watching him. Overcome with fear, Henrique panicked and quickly left his house, choosing to spend the night at a friend's place. When he returned the next morning, the mysterious figure was gone, but the doll remained in exactly the same position as before. Many people believe that what was disturbing Henrique was not just a coincidence, but something truly attached to the doll itself. And now that it has revealed its presence, it may no longer want to stay hidden.
¿Qué hace, mami?
Limpiando porque está bien lleno de polvo la casa. ¿Y tú ya hiciste lo que te mandé, hija?
Sí.
¿Ya viste que ya pusieron la tele?
No.
Para ponernos a ver películas y comiendo palomitas.
Sí.
Ya ahorita que llegue tu mande.
Mami.
¿Eh?
A young little girl had just received her very first camera from her father. Excited and curious, she began recording everything around the house, as if she didn't want to miss a single moment. That afternoon, she pointed the camera toward her mother, who was casually tidying up the house. In her innocent, childlike voice, the girl asked, "Mom, what are you doing?" Her mother replied while dusting the shelves, as her sibling sat nearby, quietly watching. Nothing seemed unusual, just a calm home, a mother, and two children spending time together. Their father was still at work, but without anyone noticing, as the camera kept recording, something strange slowly appeared in the background.
Ahorita quiero que me ayudes a rejuntar tu... Y ya en la otra casa ya vamos a comer. Ahorita que lleguemos allá ya vamos a comer. ¿Nos tomamos una foto, hija?
As the camera slowly moved through the kitchen, a tall, shadow-like figure was captured standing just behind the water dispenser. None of them noticed it at the time. The children kept chatting happily, completely unaware that the camera had recorded something that shouldn't have been there. Not long after, the mother suggested they take a picture together. She asked the kids to sit down so they could pose. But at that exact moment, the atmosphere shifted. The water dispenser suddenly began releasing water on its own, without anyone touching it.
No corras.
Ah, espérame, se está tirando el agua. Ay, estuvo muy raro esto. No se vengan para acá porque voy a trapear. No se vayan a resbalar.
That water dispenser should never have turned on by itself. It only works when someone physically presses the button. Yet strangely, there was no one anywhere near it at the time. The mother looked confused and assumed it was just a normal malfunction. But when the footage was reviewed later, piece by piece, the situation became unsettlingly clear. Many people believe the dark figure seen standing behind the dispenser was the one that silently activated it. Roden rarely shared anything serious on social media. Almost all of his content was just casual snapshots of everyday life. But everything changed when his parents left town. Almost immediately, strange events started happening in his house.
Estoy en mi pieza queriendo dormir, boludo, y me toca la puerta toda la noche, amigo. Son como las 1 de la mañana. No hay nada. No, amigo, ¿qué mierda es eso, boludo? ¿Qué mierda sos, la concha de tu madre? Boludo, no. Amigo, no hay nadie, boludo. No. De hoy se está escuchando esa mierda. ¿Qué? No, boludo, no. No. Encima abro acá la ventana, boludo. No hay nadie, amigo. O sea, no hay chance que haya salido alguien por acá, boludo. No, amigo, no. No, amigo, de nuevo esto. Pero qué mierda, boludo.
Objects suddenly moved on their own. while strange noises echoed through the empty rooms. As he filmed, a dark figure briefly peeked from behind a door, then vanished. Panicked, Raiden ran to the room but found nothing. A few moments later, while looking out the window, something even more terrifying appeared. In the reflection, another shadowy figure stood silently, watching him. When the video was posted, viewers quickly noticed both figures. Many warned that whatever was in the house wasn't just making noise, it was observing him closely. Around 7 a.m., a man recorded a rather chilling video. With a cigarette in hand, he stood alone in the backyard, surrounded by an eerie silence. According to him, everyone else in the house was still sound asleep. As his eyes casually scanned the area, they landed on a detached garage nearby. Suddenly, something inside the garage caught his attention. Without hesitation, he pulled out his phone and started recording. See for yourself what happened.
What the fuck, bro? Okay, cool.
At first, everything seemed normal, nothing out of the ordinary. But suddenly, from the darkness, a pale face slowly appeared, staring sharply straight at the camera. The face was expressionless, completely still, and most disturbing of all, no body was visible. Since that moment, the man has avoided looking toward the garage, fearful of what might still be waiting there. This clip comes from the YouTube channel Saw Paranormal and was recorded inside the infamous Conjuring House. During a late-night investigation, the team conducted their session in complete darkness, attempting to communicate with any entities that might be present. Throughout the night, mysterious knocks could be heard and strange, unexplained movements were observed. One team member, Alex, claimed she felt as if she was being followed by something unseen. Suddenly, a door behind them slowly closed on its own, sending the entire group into a panic.
So dizzy to the point, you guys. I was getting attacked. I don't know if you guys saw my live. Oh my god, no.
You.
Oh my god! Oh my god, did you guys?
It's moving. The door's fucking moving.
Oh my.
Shut the door. I don't think you can do it.
Some of you may have seen this amazing piece of evidence caught on our TikTok live that we were able to save. When we went back to watch what had closed the door on Alex, the evidence was
Oh. And what's that? The
flux went off.
The flux went off downstairs now. Jesus Christ, alright.
Okay, that was the camera. We're good. There's the...
Jesus Christ, alright.
Here is a screenshot from the video, and the next one is the same picture with the brightness enhanced. In this picture here, you can clearly make out a head, an arm, a leg, and even facial features. I'm sure we've seen.
At a glance, a dark humanoid figure could be seen near the door. After enhancing the video's brightness, the figure appeared to have a head, arms, and even faint facial features. Whether this was a genuine paranormal encounter or just a visual illusion remains a mystery. man named Carter had just moved into a fully furnished rental house, hoping to find peace and start a new chapter in his life. At first, everything seemed normal, but soon, strange occurrences began to happen. Late at night, mysterious noises started echoing throughout the house, leaving an unsettling feeling that was hard to explain.
Who's there?
One night, while lying in bed, he suddenly heard piano keys being pressed at random in the living room, even though the house was empty. Feeling uneasy and determined to find the source, he decided to sleep on the couch so he could keep an eye on whatever was causing the sounds. Unfortunately, that decision only made things worse, turning the night into an even more tense and unsettling experience.
Dude, what the f***?
The piano began playing on its own again, and a nearby chair suddenly moved without anyone touching it. Terrified, Carter grabbed his phone and rushed out of the house as fast as he could. The lights in the house started flickering non-stop, and the TV suddenly turned on by itself, as if controlled by an unseen force. That was the last straw for Carter. The very next day, he packed up all his belongings and left the house for good, convinced that something unseen was forcing him out.
Buka balik lah. Baru kita bincang ni. Sial betul aku baru tutup tak sampai berapa minit. Terbuka lagi pintu ni. Kita tengok apa yang ada kat dalam. Sial betul. Baru tak baru sampai berapa minit.
This video ranks among today's top 5 scariest night shift recordings. It first surfaced on Twitter and is said to have been filmed in Indonesia. The footage shows a lone security guard patrolling a school late at night when sudden loud banging noises begin echoing across the grounds. Locals believe the school is haunted, and according to local legends, such sounds are considered a bad omen. Though clearly nervous, curiosity gets the better of him, and the guard pulls out his phone to record. As he moves closer to a restroom, the noises grow louder and more intense. Watch what happens next.
Baru tak baru sampai berapa minit. Terbuka balik. Oi, siapa dalam oi? Kosong. Kosong lah.
Inside the bathroom stall, the door slowly creaked open with a chilling sound. Without warning, a dark, shadow-like head appeared above the door, staring straight at him. Paralyzed by fear, the guard stood frozen in place. Did this footage truly capture something real? Or is it a carefully crafted hoax? What do you think? In the quiet of the night, 2 sisters returned home to grab a few forgotten items before rushing out again. One of them was in a hurry, running late for a sleepover, so they went inside quickly. But just a few minutes earlier, their eyes had fallen on something strange across the street. A shopping cart filled with creepy dolls. Curiosity mixed with fear made them glance at the cart for a moment before running into the house. When they later checked the doorbell camera footage, they realized something deeply unsettling had been captured on video.
We just need to go upstairs.
Hurry up.
I don't go to your house and mess with your shit, so don't mess with mine.
As they reviewed the doorbell camera footage, something terrifying came into view. In the moment, a strange woman entered their yard and angrily confronted them for touching her belongings. A dark, shadowy figure suddenly streaked across the hallway floor. It looked like a fast-moving black mass, with no face or identifiable features. Even more unsettling, the same shadow was later seen running across the front yard. The sister who shared the footage said she had noticed this figure before and always assumed it was just a stray cat. But after seeing the footage, she's no longer so sure. What exactly was captured on camera remains an unsolved mystery. A man and his family are convinced they're not truly alone in their home. They even gave the mysterious resident a nickname, Ghost Malone, and treated it as if it were harmless, even a little mischievous. According to them, their toys often move on their own almost every night, especially when the house is quiet and still. At first, they laughed it off. No one was hurt, and nothing felt aggressive. But over time, the incidents became harder to ignore. One night, around 3:30 a.m., the father managed to capture a toy car rolling across the floor all by itself, without anyone touching it.
Freaking toy cars. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. No. No, sir. No, ma'am. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know whether to wake Elizabeth or somebody call Justin Nunley or an exorcist. I don't know. I mean, I'm not scared, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't shaking. So I'm just gonna leave it there till the morning for Elizabeth to come play with it. And it's not electronical, y'all. There's no damn motor in that thing. I feel so weird and out of place right now. I don't know if it's still there. To be truthful, I'm thinking about just leaving Elizabeth in Revelation and going somewhere for the night. I don't know what to do. Let's check on it. You still there? Pirates of the Caribbean's getting good. I'm not scared. I'm just kind of freaked out because, it's friendly.
Hat made the situation even more frightening was that the toy had no batteries, no motor, or anything that could explain its movement. As he filmed, his voice shook uncontrollably. He said he wasn't scared, but he felt deeply unsettled and anxious. Viewers suggested simple cleansing methods, like sprinkling salt or saying prayers. He tried them, but nothing changed. Before long, the strange activity started to escalate. When the father called out loudly, "Are you there?" the objects around him suddenly moved, as if responding.
And this is what I woke up to. Elizabeth. Baby. Hey.
Goodbye.
Okay, no, for real, so what are we doing? Oh. Okay. Somebody said salt. Hold on. I don't know what it is.
I don't know if you're supposed to draw a circle around it.
Well, it's a half circle, but I don't think you're supposed to do anything else. I don't know. Y'all got suggestions? Let me know. Are you there? Yeah. So, okay. Well, that's one of the things that I've discovered. So we are all sitting here enjoying our Taco Bell, right? And Ghost Malone was over there shaking the door a second ago. Ghost Malone, if you are still around, do something.
Give us a sign.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nonchalant. Alright, so ironically, I'm watching Ghostbusters, right? Ghost Malone. Ghosty. Yo. Are you kidding? Alright, so I've been asking Ghost Malone some questions. Okay, so 1 time if you're there, 2 times, or I guess no times if you're not. Definitely there, okay. Are you friendly? Okay, okay. Do you like Ghostbusters? No? Okay, do you like movies? Okay, okay. Alright, just on Ghostbusters, I guess it's insulting. Are you here to cause harm? Okay. Okay. Man, I wish I knew Morse code. We'd try that. Are you an older spirit? Okay, but not a bad spirit. Okay. Is there more than one of you? Oh, okay.
The doors shook violently, while the paintings on the walls seemed to shift on their own. Even the family dog appeared panicked, backing away in fear.
So, a couple weird things have happened tonight. Like my mom's painting over there has moved. And Ghosty. Ghost Malone. You there? Don't judge the trash. It's trash day. Ghosty. Okay. Maxie, what was that? Huh? So we're sitting here. Revelation here is it?
Hi, Maxie.
It should also be noted that we've had several offers from paranormal people to come here and whatnot. We're down. But there's been a few of them that are private profiles, minus the big ones you guys have suggested. Nobody's reached out, but I don't know. I might take offers for people to just come stay the night so you can see whether it's real or not for yourself. I don't know. But yeah, I am gonna take a list of questions. I've been writing down in the comments all the questions you guys have for Ghost Malone, and then we're gonna do the Stranger Things light or dog button things to see.
As the objects began moving on their own, the atmosphere turned tense and unsettling. Paranormal experts warned that paying attention to an entity's presence can actually make it stronger. What worried viewers the most was that Ghost Malone seemed intelligent, patient, and responsive to its surroundings. Perhaps it was never truly harmless, just waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. A woman claims that her house has witnessed a series of frightening paranormal events. She even suffered a concussion because of them. Recently, while preparing lunch in her kitchen, an object suddenly moved on its own. See for yourself what happened. At that moment, the silence felt terrifying. It all finally started to make sense. The presence hadn't disappeared at all. It had been watching, patiently waiting for the right moment. So what do you think was really in that woman's house? Was it truly a spirit or something far more mysterious? Alex, a single mother from France, started a new life with her young son in a recently renovated house. Unbeknownst to her, the building was once part of an old church built on land that had long been used as a graveyard. At first, the house felt warm and peaceful, but within just a few days, the atmosphere changed when Alex began hearing slow footsteps echoing through the hallways late at night. One quiet night, Alex was startled by a soft child's whisper calling out, "Mama," even though her son was fast asleep in his room. When she gathered the courage to go downstairs, the sound of a piano suddenly filled the house, its keys moving on their own with no one there. Now Alex is convinced that a strange presence haunts the house, something tied to the dark history of the land that has no intention of leaving. This chilling footage was recorded by a security guard during his night shift at an office building long known for its eerie reputation. Employees have reported strange incidents there for years, ranging from lights flickering on their own to unexplained noises and shadowy figures moving through empty hallways. On the night of the recording, the guard decided to turn on his camera after hearing faint whispers coming from near the elevator area, even though the entire building was securely locked.
Lo ideal en estos casos, gente, es no demostrar miedo. Eso es lo mejor, o sea, lo mejor que podemos hacer es no demostrar miedo, porque si demostramos no tengan miedo, no tengan miedo, no tengan miedo. ¿Quién está ahí?
As he moved closer, the voices suddenly vanished, replaced by an unsettling silence. The building appeared completely empty with no sign of anyone else inside. However, when the footage was played back later, a disturbing detail was revealed. Behind the elevator wall, a dark, mist-like shadow could be seen moving in an unnatural way, almost as if it were reacting to his presence. The officer firmly believes this was not a prank. Whatever he encountered seemed to be tied to the building itself, silently lingering and waiting in the shadows. Late at night, a man lay in bed watching TV, the screen casting light across his dark room. For several days, he had felt that something wasn't right. Objects around him seemed to move when he wasn't paying attention. Determined to catch proof, he turned on his phone's camera. As the camera slowly shifted toward his wardrobe, a box sitting on the top shelf suddenly slid forward on its own.
Loco, estaba durmiendo, me acaba de levantar, loco, estoy cagado las patas. Fuera de joda me puse en alabanza, amigo. Estaba durmiendo y de ahí arriba. Mira, boludo. No lo puedo creer. Necesito, boludo.
A metal can slid off the edge of the shelf, hit the floor, spun briefly, and then stopped in an unnatural, perfectly upright position. The man stood frozen, his breath trembling, as it dawned on him that something unseen was still in the room, silently watching him. Alex, a night shift security guard, was patrolling a large, empty building when something strange happened. He had often felt uneasy working there alone, but that night his fear became very real.
Oh, hell no. This is what I'm talking about, dude. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. I'm here in this building by myself, bro. By myself.
In the middle of the silent corridor, Alex froze, as two large metal doors in front of him suddenly swung open on their own. There was no wind, no alarm, and no mechanical system that could explain what happened. The doors were far too heavy to move so easily without outside force. Still shaken, Alex quickly grabbed his phone and recorded the scene after the incident. Whatever opened those doors seemed to want to reveal itself, and it was clearly not human. A man decided to record a series of mysterious events happening inside the house he shares with two roommates and his beloved cat. It all began one night when a door suddenly slammed shut right in front of him, even though he was alone in the house. Take a look.
There's banging sounds at the door. Shit. That was so dope. Close the door. There's a ringing again.
Since that incident, the strange events could no longer be brushed aside. Loud banging sounds echoed for no reason, doors shook violently, and clear footsteps could be heard moving from one room to another whenever he was alone. Although his roommates dismissed it as normal noises from an old house, the disturbances only became more frequent and intense. Whatever was inside the house seemed to be growing bolder and making its presence known. This creepy video was recorded by a security guard working the night shift in a quiet building after midnight. Everything felt normal until he passed the restroom area. When the clear sound of a baby crying suddenly broke the silence, the crying echoed through the empty hallway and grew louder with every step he took closer.
No.
No, no. Hola. No mames. Pues escucho un bebé. No mames. Pues güey, ¿se escucha un bebé? No mames. Güey. No mames. ¿Un bebé?
Suspecting that a baby had been left behind, the security guard nervously stepped into the bathroom, checking each stall one by one. But the place was completely empty. No baby, no sign of life, and no logical explanation. The mysterious crying stopped abruptly the moment he entered, leaving behind a silence that felt piercing. Many believed that the sound was not human at all, but the work of a malevolent entity, mimicking a baby's cry to lure its victims. Whatever he experienced that night left a deep impression on him, convincing him that he had encountered something truly supernatural.
It's Christina's birthday party, and everyone at it, there's Brianna, her little cousin, there's Haley, her other cousin, and there's her daddy Tommy. Hello. And here's her Aunt Misty. And here's her Uncle Joey. What up with it? What up with it? Alrighty, let's go with this. Daddy lighting the candles.
We can get you that cake on camera so we can remember your party. And we'll give the happy birthday to you.
The house was filled with joy as the family celebrated their daughter's birthday, with everyone gathered together. But in the middle of that happy moment, something unexpected suddenly changed the atmosphere. Watch closely what happens next.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chrissy. Happy birthday to you. Yay! You got that? Yeah.
You gonna cut the cake that long or you want me to?
Go ahead, I'm around the camera.
Alrighty.
Daddy's cutting the cake.
Did you like your bicycle and stuff you got for your birthday?
Oh God, Tommy, it's gonna start again. Oh, I don't think no.
It ain't gonna mess everything up.
It's gonna mess this up for everybody now.
Come on, Sissy. Come on, baby, come on. I don't know what's gonna happen. Come on. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, baby. Seems like it's messing everything for us. It's okay, it'll be alright.
God, I wish you had this at Jerry's house.
Not long after the final cut was made on the birthday cake, the faucet on the right side of the sink suddenly turned on by itself. No one was standing nearby, yet the water began to flow as if someone had opened it. The sudden movement shocked everyone in the room, especially the two children standing closest, their faces instantly filled with fear. And even more disturbing, what happened next was far beyond anything they expected.
It's just, this stuff is starting again.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
You're okay.
I'm so sorry.
God damn! Oh God!
What the hell is going on? Go to the front room. Let's go.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Get out of here. Come on. Let's go get it.
Without any warning, the contents of the cabinet beneath the sink suddenly flew out, as if something invisible had opened the door and thrown everything onto the floor. The sight sent the entire family into panic, and they immediately ran out of the house. If something like this happened in your home, what would your first reaction be? Share your answer in the comments. This emotionally charged video was shared by Sandra shortly after she lost her mother. Since that time, Sandra has felt that something strange has been happening inside her home. In the footage, she manages to capture a drawer suddenly opening on its own, without anyone touching it. Take a look at the footage.
Like, why? I looked underneath the drawer, I looked behind it, there's nothing making it pop out. And it seems like it's when I bring up my mom that something happens. Mom? Okay, it's fine.
Sandra carefully checked underneath and behind the drawer to make sure there was nothing that could have caused it to move. What troubled her the most, however, wasn't the drawer itself, but the timing of the event. The phenomenon seemed to happen every time she talked about or thought of her mother. Instead of feeling afraid, Sandra felt a sense of comfort, believing it could be a sign that her mother's spirit is still with her, watching over her during her time of grief.